What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, we're sitting at $15,142. We're down about 2.19%. And what I want to do, I want to point out a cluster area that we're having right now for Bitcoin. And we talked about this last time, these cluster of wicks at support. I don't know if you all remember this, but this was roughly back in September here. I made a huge point talking about these wicks down in here, and there's a big cluster of wicks, and this is where the whales were basically accumulating after a climax dump. And now what we're starting to see is this cluster of wicks up at the top here. So these cluster of wicks, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days now that we've tried to get over 15,853, and we've seen rejection. About 2 or 3 days ago, we talked about this long leg doji at the top, or rickshaw man doji at the top here. And a lot of the times when that comes on heavy volume after a long green candle, that can kind of tell you that the local top is in. And in my opinion, I think it'd still be really healthy for Bitcoin to take a deeper breath. Right now, what we're trying to do is hold up above 14,892. And this is just my opinion, guys, because I want to see Bitcoin break through $20,000. I don't want us to go up to $20,000 when the RSI is at 85 and we see a huge rejection there. And then it takes forever to break through that, because once we get over top of $20,000 for Bitcoin, it will be a blue sky breakout. And that's when things get extremely crazy. But right now, I just feel like we need a breather. We need to get that RSI back down to around, 45, 50, 55, right in that range, set a nice higher low, and then go up and try to challenge some of these higher levels. You don't want to just keep extending like this and not really take a breath. But this is also Bitcoin, and things can get crazy. If a whale decides to step in right now and says, I really don't care what's going on with the technicals and we're going to blast this up, we could test $20,000 in the next couple days. But when I'm just looking at this, I'm seeing a lot of profit taking up in this area. And the support area that I'd look down to would be that 20 EMA, and that's going to be roughly around $14,000. I think that'd be a little bit better of a cool down for us, because right now the RSI is sitting around 67, and what you see is that we tried to push up today. We tried again to get up to that 15,853, and we're seeing rejection, that longer wick again. And then here's where our candle is, the actual price action. So we're going to have to see where the candle closes today. The one-day volatility stop is roughly going to be at about 14,529. So what that's saying is, if you're in a longer term position and it's riding up, and this isn't financial advice, you guys do what you want, but that's just showing you where you'd want to put your stop loss, because it calculates the volatility for you, kind of helps you out there. But what I like to do, because sometimes you'll wick down to that, I like to go a little bit below that sometimes. But overall, what we're looking to see is if we can hold 14,892, then it'd be down around 14,210, then around that 13,886. So what I want to do next was get into the technicals for us here. I want to take a look at these. So on the 1 day time frame right now, we have a 3 sell, 8 neutral, and a 17 buy. Oscillators 1 sell, 7 neutral, and a 3 buy. So that's on the 1 day time frame. I want to look on a little bit shorter time frame for us here. So on the 4 hour time frame, we're showing neutral, and then on the 1 hour time frame here, we're having a sell signal. Okay, so we have a little bit of a mixture here, and that's what I was saying. In the longer term, we're still up above our 20 EMA, our 50, our 100, our 200. We're looking good there. It's just in the shorter term, we may need to take a little bit of a breath for Bitcoin right now. So if we get into a few more indicators, just want to take a look at this here as we tried to go up and test that 15,853. And also, guys, if you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. I also want to point out, if you're interested in that trend trading course that I have, I'll leave my email down low. Just send me a link. $25 for about a 30-minute video, and it's what I've learned about trends in the last 3.5 years in the crypto space. So if you're interested, I'll put that down low for you. And a lot of people have really said they've liked it, so I've been happy with that. Next, let's take a look at the stock RSI. Stock RSI is at 9.39 right now, so that's actually not looking too bad, but you can see we had that divergence. As price was pushing up, we were actually losing some strength there on the stock RSI. And these are ones I just like to go through as I'm looking at stuff. I look at the awesome oscillator right there. Let's see some other ones here. Bollinger Bands, which we're going to show you when we're getting a little extended. So we're at the top of the Bollinger Band right now. The middle band would be back around 13,897. So we always want to be cautious once we get up into these bands, because a lot of times you'll get those sell-offs. And then just like down here, when you get to the bottom part of the bands and you have these wicks at the bottom, that can be a good sign for you that accumulation's taking place and you may be getting that trend change there. So that's what we're looking at here, just to see what's going to happen at the top. Now, next, what I wanted to do is work through the time frames for Bitcoin. So we're going to look on the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame, we're seeing rejection right there, and this candle would be a bearish engulfing candle if we end up closing like that, so we want to pay attention to that. And we did have some heavier selling volume up in this area, so we want to be aware of that. So that's the 12-hour time frame, still looking to hold that 14,892 as support. Then we'd look to the 8-hour and see we pushed up again there, saw some rejection, still some heavier selling, guys. So we want to be careful in this area, because when we had this little reaction trying back up, it wasn't on the most volume here. So we do need to be aware of that. Then we'll look down into the 4-hour time frame, kind of the same deal, just getting stuffed by this area. So on the 4-hour time frame, we'd want to continue to hold higher lows. So if this could be our higher low there around 14,892, then we'd have a chance to try to go back up here. But we do need to be aware of this selling pressure that's coming in right now, guys. Really pay attention to that. And, you know, sometimes you'll get that money shifting from Bitcoin now into Ethereum, into some of those altcoins that haven't had the type of run that Bitcoin has. And then when they run, once they get overextended, money goes back to Bitcoin. It's kind of back and forth sometimes. So we're going to have to watch out for that. But if you get something from this, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you.